What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to do a quick review of this Best Choice Products 6-foot artificial Christmas tree. In this review, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this tree, including one thing you should know before buying. So guys, we've been testing out a number of different Christmas trees to try to find the one that we like. We definitely want artificial one. And this one came across, and it's actually a pretty decent tree. In terms of assembly, pretty simple to do. Basically, you have the base there. Section C, section B, section A, you really just stack them on top of each other. That's actually really easy to do. That doesn't take anything to assemble this thing. The thing that does take time is what's called fluffing, which basically means that you kind of pull out the branches. You know, they're all going to come to you at first like this. So they're all going to be bunched up like that. It doesn't look really good because you can see the huge, gaps and all that in the tree. So fluffing is basically just pushing them out like this. So that took me a little bit of time. I'd say I could probably do a little bit better job of the fluffing here. But I probably spent a good like 25, probably about 20 minutes or so on it. And this is what it looks like right now, which is pretty good for not a ton of time. Now the tree itself, in terms of how real it looks, it actually looks pretty decent. This is supposed to be mimicking like a pine tree. And the one thing I will say, these are a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit too green. They're a very healthy pine tree. We actually had pine trees growing up in my backyard. So they're a very healthy pine tree, if it was a pine tree. Otherwise, I think that they are a little bit too bright a green, but honestly, from far away, I really don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think a lot of people would notice. Now, this tree has 1,000 tree tips, or branch tips, if you will. That's basically, if you're looking at an artificial tree, the more branch tips, the better. This has 1,000, which is actually a pretty good amount overall. And like I said, it does take some time fluffing, but there is some pretty good coverage with this one. And I think from far away and everything, it does look pretty real once you get it all set up. Now, in terms of things to know, that I think that there's a few things. So first off, at the base here, this is about 44 inches. I've seen trees bigger than this. I've seen trees smaller than this, but just keep that in mind with your size constraints, whether that fits for your area. It's about 44 inches. Like I said, it's some fluffing to do, right? Those are sticking out a little bit, but about 44 inches there. The other thing to know is that when you fluff this, when you put it together, etc., you're going to get this. The pine needles are just unavoidable, even when it's a fake tree, which is fine. This, you can vacuum this up pretty quick, but it's something worth noting that when you set it up, it's likely to create a little bit of a mess. But other than that, you guys, I think it's a pretty good tree overall, pretty good value for it. And yeah, this is, like I said, the 6-footer. They have a few different options, but hopefully this helps you better understand the tree. And if you are considering getting it, I think with the right amount of fluffing, etc., you will not be disappointed.